Good morning. Welcome to the lecture on managerial economics. Today we are going to learn about demand forecasting. In the previous video, we have learned about the survey method, which is mainly used for the demand forecasting. In the survey method, we learned about direct consumer interview method, expert opinion method, end user method, and sales opinion method. Those methods are used as it is used in survey methods, and there the present data is of much relevance. There is no need for the past data. But today we are going to learn about the new method of demand forecasting, that is statistical method. The statistical method mainly uses the historical data. Now, what do you mean by the statistical method? The trend projection method. In the statistical method, we mainly demand, we forecast the demand using the trend projection method. What is trend projection method? It is used as a statistical technique used for demand for forecasting. Especially it is used in established firms. In established firms alone, we have the historical data available on sales and production. It is based on the analysis of time series data. What is time series data? It is an ordered sequence of values available at equal time intervals. The data is collected over a period of time, and it is picked at the regular time intervals, maybe daily, weekly, or monthly. What are the key features of this time series? The trend projection method, mainly it uses the time series data. We can take the example of a firm. It is, you just imagine that it is working for a long period, and definitely they will have previous data on either production or sales, which refers to different years. But if we arrange them in a chronological order, that is weekly, monthly, or yearly, or for that matter, we can arrange them on a daily basis, we get the time series. Time series is a set of observation which is taken at a specified time. Normally it is used taken at regular intervals. Okay, this method does not explain what are the causes for the variables like sales or production changes, but it is believed that whatever the forces that contributed the changes in the recent past will continue to have the same effect. We are not saying that we are not measuring and forecasting what are the changes behind this changes, production or sales, but we are just populating the data. Accordingly, we can predict the future. The other feature is it is a graphical representation. When we represent the time series for sales in the form of a graph, we get a curve that is called a sales curve. If we plot the series of the time series for production, it is known as a production curve. The data can be plotted to visualize the trend. The trend can be upward direction or downward direction, or stable, or sometimes there can be fluctuations also. In the time series analysis, main two concepts are used. What are these concepts? These are the turning points and the frequency. When we heard about the word time series, these are the main concepts used basically. They are turning points and frequency. What do you mean by the turning point? Turning point is a point where the direction of a time series changes. It can be a peak or a trough. A peak means which is a turning point where the time series changes from increasing to decreasing, but a trough Tau, it's a point where the series changes from decreasing to increasing. Then what do you mean by the frequency? The frequency refers to how often the observations are recorded and how often the pattern repeats. It can be daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly, or years. For example, if you take the sales of ice cream, you can assume that it may repeat the pattern every 12 months. So the frequency is 12. And the turning points indicate where the series changes direction. Frequency tells you how often data is measured or the cycle repeats. For a monthly sales series, the frequency is equal to 12. Okay. Now, these turning points that helps identify the business cycles. The business cycles are recurring fluctuations in a country's economic activity over time. They are expansion, or it may be expansion, peak, or contraction, or trough. Trend reversal is trend intervals. It is a period during which the long-term movement trend of variable remains relatively consistent. But what is a trend reversal? It is a change in the direction of the trend. In the time series analysis, a trend reversal occurs when a variable that has been moving consistently in one direction begins to move in the opposite direction. In order to find the patterns of change in the time series, then following methods are used. What is the least squares method, freehand method, moving average method, and method of semi-averages. In today's lesson, we will learn about least square method. Least square method is a scientific and commonly used method. In this method, the trend values are collected. We can see from this graph. Suppose we first of all we have to say we have to plot the sales graph, sales curve, and sales curve. Suppose if you are taking the following diagram, it is a sales curve. We are saying it is the years 1990, 91, 92, and 93, 94. These are the time at which at the various interval yearly wise we have taken the sales value. In 1990, the sales maximum sale is happened for rupees 30, and 1991 40, 1992 35. It goes on like this. 1994 45. In the but in this curve, sales curve, we can plot the sales curve. But in this sales curve, we can only see the variations from 1991. You can see the turning points and the frequency. The turning points happened at 1990, 92, then 93, 94. It goes like this. But if it is possible, so that we can approximate, we can assume that in 1994, if something happens, it will go high or it may go low. That is we can only assume and predict that, but it will not be giving a clear picture of how much sale will happen in the upcoming years. For that, we use the least square method. It is basically a straight line concept, and we are trying to fit the historical data in the straight line so that the variations between the sales curve and the straight line it is minimized, and it is represented by the equation y is equal to a plus bx, where is a is equal to the constant and b is the trend values. We have to calculate we have regression equation, that is equal to y is equal to a plus bx, where a and b are constant. Y is equal to the sales happened at a particular year, and x is the variable number, year number. Now, if you aggregate, then sigma y is equal to n a plus b into sigma x, and sigma xy, summation xy is equal to summation x into a plus b into summation s square. That is how it gets. We are multiplying the first equation by x. Now y is the total of the original value of sales y, and n is the number of years. X is equal to total of the deviations of the years taken from the central period. Okay. Now xy is equal to the total products of the deviations of the years and the corresponding sales y, and x raised to 2, x raised to 2, x square is the total of the square deviation of x values when the total value of x. Okay. Now from these two equations, that is summation of y is equal to na plus b into summation of x, and summation of xy is equal to summation x into a plus b into summation s square. From these two equations, we can derive the value, we can find out the value of the constant a and b, and using these values we can calculate the sales, assumed sales in the whichever years is mentioned or is given. Then we can calculate the forecasted sales for the corresponding year. Okay. Now we will see from his here, least square, and basically from this equation we have to, in order to find the value of a and b, we have to find out the summation of y. Here it is square is written, but it is summation of y, summation of x, summation of s square, and summation of x into y. And n, from this table we can see year is equal to n from 1990 to 1994, and the sales in lakhs also given. It goes from 30, 40, 35, 50 and 45. From this time series we can find out that these ups and downs, the turning points are getting changed, and total number of years is n, and the summation of y, the total sale is equal to 200, and deviation from the assumed year. Here odd numbers of years are given. So 1992 we are taking as 0, and from this value we are calculating the difference. Okay, for 1991, 1990 minus 1992, that is minus 2. 1991 minus 1992 is minus 1. 1992 0. Like that it goes, and the summation of x is equal to 0. Now we have to find out this x square. X square is equal to 2 into 4, 1, and 0 into 0, 1 into 1, 1, 2 into 4. Okay. Now the summation of x square is equal to 10. And product sales and the time deviation. This is the time deviation. That is the time deviation, and that is minus 60. 4 into minus 2 minus 4 into 30 is equal to minus 60. That is minus 40 into minus 1 is minus 40. Like that we have to calculate all the values. Here we have to find out x is equal to the time deviation, and the y is equal to the product sale. Okay, now the computer. Now from this equation we got the summation y and summation x square and summation xy. Okay, then from the equation, regressive equation, we have two values. Here summation y is equal to, from this first equation we can find out the value of a, because summation x is equal to 0. In the following table, now as I have shown earlier, the summation, that the deviation from the assumed current period is equal to 0. That's why here it is 0. Then n is equal to, a is equal to summation y by n, which is equal to, you can say, we can say this is 40. And to find out the value of b, apply the value of a in the equation number 2, then you will get the value 4. And using these A plus B, we have to find out the forecasted sale, that is y is equal to through A plus B. Okay, now the current is given, and now the maximum current is given, and the forecasted sales equal to A plus bx. Then x is the year, the 1990, which year it is. C, this is x is equal to the deviation, the assumed deviation from the assumed deviation, uh, assumed deviation, that is equal to for year 1990, 40 plus 4 into minus 2, for 1992 the time series deviation, the time deviation is minus 2, that's why y is equal to 32. And for 1991, 40 plus 4 into minus 1, that is equal to 36. Suppose if you want to see the forecasted sale for the year 1996, since no we have in this figure, we have in this table we have only given 93, 94, 96, but now for 96 how we have to calculate the x value. For that, how will you calculate? In 1994 is equal to 2, 1995 3, and 1996 is equal to 4. Why it is 4? 90, 92 and 96, no? 1996 minus 1992 is equal to 4. So we can 1996 for the forecasted sale is equal to 40 plus 4 into 4. 4 is equal to bx. B is the value, is equal to 4 into the time deviation, that is equal to 4. So the forecasted sale is equal to 56. So in this work, this is a regression, more accurate value is derived, and through this we can predict the forecasted sales. Okay, now using the trend projection method is a practical and widely used statistical tool for forecasting future demand based on the historical data. Mainly here in this thing we are using the past records, that is very much essential to predict the future. And and it is it is best used for the stable environment, where why it is known as stable environment, because the past trends are likely to continue, and less effective in volatile or rapidly changing markets. Okay, and this is all about the statistical method, and that is a trend projection method, and the method used is least square method. Thank you so much.